Hey everyone, Molly and I are back to bring you week 2 of Letterland.
Don't forget about Mr. Fufu.
Oh yeah, Mr. Fufu can join us too. All right, so here's what we're going to need to get started. You're going to need your Letterland game board, like last week. You're going to need the 3 pieces of lined Foundations paper, a pencil, the dice to see who goes first, something to use as game pieces, and this Ziploc baggie with some letters in it. Go ahead and get those things now, and we'll wait for you to get back. What do all these letters have in common? Can you figure it out? If you said they all have diagonals, you are correct.
Oh no, I don't think I know how to do diagonals.
Well, that's okay, Mr. Fufu. I can teach you about diagonals. Look, diagonals are not all that scary. We've learned a lot about writing letters with straight lines, right? We come straight down. Well, Mr. Fufu, we also learned that there are some letters that have diagonal lines, and those lines are leaning or sliding or slanted. That's what we call a diagonal line. So diagonals slide from one line to the next. Diagonal lines can also go in 2 different directions. Some diagonal lines slide to the right, and some slide to the left. These diagonal lines are tall, sky to grass, but some are small, plain to grass or plain to grass. Now let's talk about the letters that have diagonal lines. Our first one is K. K is tall, so it starts at the sky, goes straight down to the grass, and then remember, we're going to pick up. We find the plane line, we leave a little space, we find that plane line, and we're going to slide on a diagonal, touch the line, and then slide back to the grass. Our next diagonal letter is a V. It's a small letter, so we start at the plane, and we slide to the grass, and we slide back up to the plane. Now we have W. Again, it's a small letter. It starts at the plane, and we slide to the grass, slide up to the plane, slide back down to the grass, slide back up to the plane. The letter X also has 2 diagonal lines. It's going to start at the plane because it's small, and we're going to slide like we're making the letter V. Slide like a V, but then we pick up, we find the plane line, and we slide through the middle the other way to the grass line. Now for our only letter that has a diagonal line that hangs low, and that's Y. Because it's a hang low, it starts at the plane, and we're going to slide like a V, and then we're going to air slide up. Pretend like we're sliding up to the plane to make a V. I'm going to put my mark on the plane, and I'm going to make a long slide line, high five at the grass on my way by, and keep sliding to the worm. And our last letter with a diagonal line is Z. We're going to start at the plane. This is a tricky one. Make sure you're not making it backwards. But if you remember the trick, remember that Z flies the same way as the plane. And then we're going to diagonal back to the grass, all the way down to the grass. And then we're going to land the plane on the grass. So these are the letters that we'll be working on when we play Letterland today. K, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So what do you think, Mr. Fufu? Can you do it?
That doesn't seem so bad. I think I can do it.
So now that you guys know how to write your diagonal letters, go ahead and play Letterland just like you did last week, except you'll be using the diagonal letter cards. Make sure you send us a picture of your work. Should we go play, guys?
Sure.
All right, let's go. See you next time.